Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome to the Rec Room. Yeah, we're finally back in action here on a Monday night. So we're not quite kicking it old school. We're kicking old school, the old school franchise, but the modern rendition. So it is a Metal Monday once again. Plenty to talk about on the progress and where things have been with this. We'll have a couple changes to go through, and this has been barring some technical issues that have kind of gotten in the way, along with just other random schedule stuff. I'll talk about that more in a bit, but if you are new to the Rec Room, this is the coolest corner of the internet where you get the rundown on what's going on here with Enforcer Media Productions, whether that be project updates or creative commentary or creative insights, I should say, and this is where you also get the breakdown on what makes our favorite franchises tick through commentary, or of course the long-running video game deep dives. Here you get a front row seat to what it's like to build a franchise from scratch without industry support. So glad to have you along for the ride. I know you got a lot to pick from out there, so all participation is welcome and appreciated. Feel free to lurk or chat at your convenience. We're on multiple platforms for the Hyperstream. We're currently on Odysee, Twitch, and YouTube, so take your pick. And we'll go from there. So I guess first things first. So I think I got our numbers caught up last week. So we had some new viewers on Twitch and Odyssey last time, but I don't have anything new tonight. But I do have some thoughts on Odyssey here. So I don't know what's going to happen in the weeks ahead. I know Odyssey has been going through this long-running process of unspooling its attachment to payment processors, and then is also shifting gears to a different blockchain form. Now, that, I guess, is going to be the monetization method, which we have not yet leveraged here. But they still had the legacy method, which was using the library blockchain. Now, that has still been in place to an extent because it was marginally used to give rewards for watching other videos, but you could also use that to boost the viewership of your videos. Now, I find something a little concerning that I think as of last week, was no longer able to use the library, that we had available. They have actually taken away the option to apply library to a video, but I seem to find that there are still other people who somehow seem to have access to that feature. So I don't know what's going on with that rollout, because that seems a little bit disproportionate that some people have access to that and others don't. So there's both good and bad here. The good thing is that it levels the playing field, that everybody now has access to get noticed. Again, if it's working correctly, I guess, if it's being fair across the board, where everybody no longer has the ability to leverage the library, and if that gets completely phased out, that's perfectly fine. Now, I think we've been able to grow in part what we have because I've done my best to try to leverage what was available. Now, I don't have nearly as much. I noticed that some people are able to throw 10, 50, 100, thousands of library at their video to keep it in the trending section. Thankfully, that's not a perfect win, because the algorithm that they have in place does work in such a way that even if you have the highest amount in the world, your video still isn't going to make it past 4 or 5 days, I think, at the most. So it still does give other people access. But at the same time, though, even having at least a modest amount, that has helped us keep in the trending section for better part of a couple days, and that has probably put us, at least in the gaming section on Odyssey, on average, within maybe top 12 or maybe a top couple dozen or so of people who are posting regularly and also leveraging the same system without having nearly as much. But I also have noticed that there has been a direct correlation to viewership along with that. If I've not been able to get the video in trending, or if it has not stayed in trending very long, there have not been the views to match. So that kind of suggests that Odyssey's views are less likely to come from followers as much as possibly people who are clicking in the popular section. So that I don't have an opinion either way on that. That's neither good or bad. It's just the way it works. So what may happen then? Our viewership just might completely drop off if we have no ability to get in trending, because there, as I'm like looking at the news section when things are getting uploaded, there are still a lot of people who upload a lot of content to Odyssey, and I don't know if they've never taken it upon themselves to leverage the credit system, but it just kind of blows me away how much is being uploaded. And that means there's a lot to filter through. So people are going to probably have a tougher time trying to find content. So Hopefully, it still works in our favor that we do live streaming on a regular basis. So that means people should hopefully find us at least while we're live streaming. But during the off hours, it may make content harder to find. So I guess the reason I'm just kind of venting my thoughts, I don't really have a plus or minus on the issue. I just think things could change in terms of trying to create growth. And this is on the heels of things I've already talked about recently with having no aspirations at this point to pursue monetization on Twitch, and YouTube has also already been useless in that category for 2 years. So it's really starting to look like the Hyperstream, the Rec Room, and most of the stuff that we've put in here. I mean, I've never got the major sense that I should shift gears as much as I probably have now. That if there's no monetization to be had, then it definitely does not need to be as much of a priority. This will kind of segue into talking about some of the projects here. That priority numero uno still has and always will be the completion of the Firewall Protocol saga. So most of my time goes into that, but that alone has not helped get it out into the market. It's sure the first book is available on Amazon, but without any means to throw money at marketing, that has involved me trying to explore a ground game, which has been art and craft shows and hopefully eventually larger selection of comic cons and things of that nature. And I think we've at this point have done 20 shows already this year, and the response has been absolutely fantastic. Now, some shows have been quiet, and I think it's just been because of light traffic, which not quite the point of the issue. But the thing is, finally getting around and meeting people has done a lot more than the Hyperstream has, and so it makes me start to wonder, well, if that's where the true connections are going to come from, really it's going to make the streaming element become secondary. And there may be some people that have joined through interaction at shows, but for the most part, streaming has not yet led to much conversion and progress. So I'm not going to diminish it. I appreciate everybody who's been in the community, but because time is limited and because other things are taking priority, I don't know what'll happen as far as the consistency of schedule. I mean, up until this point, especially if you asked me 6 months ago, it's like full steam ahead. We're going to keep going and keep going and do this. I just don't know about the regularity moving forward, because there's been times where I've streamed up to 6 days a week, but it still has not made a dent in exposure, especially like on YouTube. And then without having the ability to monetize Twitch, without putting some jank advertisement in there, it doesn't make me want to really get involved in their ecosystem. So all that said, this is primarily an ad-free experience, and if you do want to contribute, if you like what you see, I mean, the best way to help us continue to grow and move onward and upward is to pick up, a copy of Ascendant Chaos, or consider chipping in over on our Patreon side, where you get the earliest access to the audiobook version, which is obviously taking a lot longer than the original book itself at this point, but that's just the way it goes, because unfortunately, limited time means a lot of prioritization. And the other reason I go through a lot of this is because I don't want to let life lessons go to waste. Things I've learned may be of benefit to some of you out there who are in the creative realm or the independent realm. And if there's any, morsel of wisdom I can pass along, that's what this is for. So I'm not doing this to throw my arm out by patting myself on the back. It's just that I want anything that I've learned to be helpful for any of those of you out there who have interest in similar ventures. So I guess that's just, stems from thoughts on what's going on with Odysee. But I might as well talk about here project-wise. So first things first, we had an amazing show at the Fraser Vendor Market just this last Saturday. So that concludes at least a 3-week Saturday run. And technically, we'll have one more show. Well, actually, we'll have shows the next 2 weekends still. So it'll have been another 5-week run of having at least a show over a weekend day. But here's what's been kind of interesting. And again, I say a lot of this more if it's helpful, in case anybody has any questions getting into the game, whether it be comic or art shows and anything of that nature. But what happened, Fraser's show is only about 4 hours on a Saturday. Now, previously, the prior 2 weeks did anywhere from 12 to 14 hours worth of showtime over the course of 2 days. So that was either 5 to 7 hours a day. Now, what happened on Saturday for Fraser was that, now this isn't about sales numbers, this isn't about the monetary element, is that we did almost as well at the 4-hour show as we did at the 12-hour show over 2 days, which had nearly 1,000 to 2,000 people. Fraser's show only had like a fraction of that, and yet somehow there was a connection with enough people that totally blew the other two out of the water. Now, with doing other shows in Frasier, they've all been solid because they've been, free events. There's been no registration involved. It's just interesting to try to compare notes. So all I can walk away with this is the idea that it's not always the numbers that matters, and at this point it looks like, well, it was God's doing to create the right opportunity and to meet the right people at the right time, because even with it being a small show, I didn't see as many people that were the same as prior events. So that meant even with a small number, there's been different people that have been coming and going to these shows. Unlike some of the St. Clair the toy shows where it's always seemed like it's the same crowd, or it was different in the sense that the Fine Art Festival kind of shows older crowd, less pop culture interest, maybe less reading interest. So it really had to get a smaller number out of those people versus the ones that we ran into at this weekend show. We're just like all on the same page. So I greatly appreciate everybody that stopped by. And I am not the kind of person to play favorites. I appreciate everybody. And it was interesting that we had a great selection of things purchased, like so across prints and books, and Aladdin 3477 stuff was actually really cool. So it felt nice to actually have not it be just a singular product. So it was great to have that sense of balance. And now I'm starting to see some of our, I think we got our first super fan out there. So I would consider such after having purchased more than one item. So that was great to actually encounter some people who have crossed paths at multiple events now. So I like that, and I like building the connections with everybody. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to remember everybody's name if I can, but it may take 2 or 3 tries to remember names and faces. So that is the plan. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else on that. Oh, so on the show side also, I was able to connect with Matt Bush because we've actually sold out of the few Aladdin 3477 Blu-rays. So I got a restock in. Also got a restock of some Fidgy collectibles. And also he let me borrow something that'll be actually pretty cool for the setup at shows. So you'll have to catch us. I'll probably have a picture after the next one after I get to leverage some of the display materials. But onward and upward with trying to get other things to make the booth or the table or the tent, whatever you want to call it, look cool and more professional. But of course, some of that stuff is going to cost some money. But at least he gave me something on the Aladdin 34 side or 3477 side to get there in the meantime. So I think that's it. So that I guess that mostly covers the show. But as far as what's going on around here since last Thursday, still plugging away the editing quota. Still mostly on track, although it's been probably dipping a little closer to 20 pages a week instead of 25, just because I'm like the way the plot stuff has been rolling out has not been as consistent, but should be finished with chapter 52 tomorrow at a 66 or 67. I can't remember where that left off, but we are down to like a little bit above 190 in terms of pages to go on this draft. So again, I'm speculating that hopefully you can be rid of me doing those kind of page number updates by Thanksgiving of this year, hopefully. And then there's just going to be a lot of finish work of getting a couple missing sections written. I'm realizing there's just a major gap difference in how book 2 rolls out, because the last third of the book is a battle sequence. And I think I was talking about, at least if I didn't talk about it last week, I intended to. If not, or if I did talk about it, that means I'm repeating myself, but that's okay because not everybody watches every stream in length. But the intent is to really have this last battle sequence function like the battle for Minas Tirith in Return of the King in the Lord of the Rings movies, because there's just this constant back and forth of like every time you think the protagonists are down, and then the enemy gets the upper hand, and then suddenly you have a new wave come in from this angle, and then the enemies counter with their own. So there's a lot of this back and forth, and to the point where it almost feels kind of like exhausting of why it's going on so long. But as I'm reviewing some of the exchanges and some of the battle sequences are just like incredible, to the point of like I don't think I've seen them pulled off in movies. So I think that hopefully that plus some of the character camaraderie helps change the pacing. But there's just going to be so many cool scenes once they get visualized, and I hope people's imagination will help them start to play out. But again, a lot of that may not be finalized until visual form, and that's provided that God gives me enough life energy to get far enough to get the visuals done, because again, most of us know that the movies are never as good as the books. So I'm hoping to change that to be maybe one of the few exceptions in which the person involved with the book actually has the means to finish the animation process too. Hence why another reason why we're independent, because I'm not going to sell everything out to the highest bidder or the lowest bidder for that matter. So that's what's been going on. And then finally I got my rough edits done today of what we're trying to get chapter 7 wrapped for this month's Patreon release. So I'll probably be a couple days late, but it'll be twice as long of a chunk as previously. So chapter 7 will be concluded once I get that done here in a few days. So yeah, you can always check that out. So once I get that done, that means I'll get chapter 4 available for free members. So even if you just check out the free stuff on Patreon, you can actually get all the way up through chapter 3, because that's got stuff that is not available to like the YouTube or the Rumble platforms. So those are pretty limited because those are just samples. Okay, so I think that's it for creative stuff, pop culture. So I kind of held off on talking about this, but previously I think I've mentioned, well, actually I don't know if I've talked about it as much, but one of my favorite franchises is Pacific Rim, and I'm, of course, a bit bummed that they decided to make Pacific Rim the Black Netflix exclusive, because I am not a fan of streaming platforms and only being able to watch it when you have an internet connection and when they have it available. So I'm the one that prefers physical media. And because physical media is not necessarily available for that stuff, yeah, China was involved. So I guess I'll just kind of leave it at that. But I finally had a chance to watch the series, and I guess it was a 14 episodes split up over 2 seasons. And so my brief synopsis on this is that it was actually pretty cool, that it did some neat things. It definitely was more in the adolescent category, the way Pacific Rim Uprising was, but it still did some things and explored other elements of the Pacific Rim universe that maybe were only alluded to in the films, but in one case it actually gave the outcome of a character that just kind of faded out of existence of the movies. So I thought that was kind of cool, but it wasn't quite as punchy or as strong as I thought it might have been. I mean, there were some good encounters, but it didn't quite have some of the same dramatic elements that you had probably in both of the live action movies. But at least I can finally say I've watched it. At least it kind of satiates the curiosity, having not been able to see it ever since it came out, because I think it came out in like 21 or 22. So here we are several years later by the time I finally got a chance to watch it. So I figured that would tie in kind of well, since we're working here on MechWarrior 5. I'm trying to think if Pacific Rim does take a lot of, cues from Mecha, especially in design styles, but it's still not the same big stompy robots kind of thing as much as MechWarrior. So where it fits between Western and Japanese, I don't know. But either way, I like that kind of stuff as long as it's not the crazy high-flying stuff all the time that Mecha does. I mean, again, I'm just more partial to our gritty industrial designs that we have here in the Western designs. But speaking of that, let's talk MechWarrior 5. So we are on episode 4, which I called Swap Meet. So the reason for that, kind of like a misnomer, because I was talking show stuff, but also, even though the shows we do are not like swap meets like auto parts and stuff, but the actual swap that's involved here. So check this out. Unfortunately, I didn't get this by the time we started season 2, but we now have the physical edition for MechWarrior 5. Now, what I thought, because of the way the cover listed on MechWarrior 4, it says, oh, free upgrade. And we know that the PlayStation 4 version works here, because that's what we started with. I was not expecting a complete reinstall, so it had to copy the PlayStation 5 version to the hard drive. And then it had its own 20 gig download, just like the PlayStation 4 version. And what does that mean? Well, guess what? That means our save from what we started is completely incompatible. So the good thing is we did not make it very far. So should I scrap the entire season? Not necessarily, because we will be able to save maybe about 1 episode's worth, because I'm going to skip the tutorial this time. So I'm not crazy about the fact that we got to redo it, but I am noticing that by having the PlayStation 5 version, it has fixed the artifact issue, which, again, I don't think has been noticeable to you guys because of the stream quality, the bitrate not being high enough. But for me on the television, I'm already noticing that the quality is fine. So apparently the PlayStation 5 has some emulation issues. Even though that the game runs, it's still not the exact same quality, so it's kind of weird. You're better off playing the PS4 version on the PS4 than you are playing the PS4 version on PS5, unless you're playing the PS5 version. So go figure. I don't know what the deal is, because like in the case of Shadow Tactics, I haven't noticed that. Maybe it's something to do with the Unreal Engine. Maybe it's something to do specifically with this game. I don't know, but I think it seems like it kind of works out for the best that we didn't get very far. So that means there won't be as much backtracking. Not to mention, once we start getting into some of these missions that are, procedurally generated, the flavor won't be like, oh, we lost all this cool stuff. So the only thing that we're gonna end up missing is the fact I got my fire starter mech, in which I use for destruction missions, or demolition to be technically accurate. So we'll skip the tutorial, but here we go. This is technically going to be the first episode with the PlayStation 5 version. So we are a few episodes into a second season, but now we will be legit in terms of matching the console with the variation. As you can see, it says played for 1 minute. Just to show you here real quick, we already put 4 hours into the PS4 version, but once we get this going, I'm going to free up the hard drive space, and we can finally carry on with this one, and hope that it won't take us 50 years to get to the cool DLC content, which is the whole reason that prompted us to get back into MechWarrior 5. Yeah, definitely no artifacts under this method. Could be something to do with like an emulation thing, to which I do not have enough knowledge on. Yeah, this looks nice and crystal clean again, as far as it did before. So yeah, we will have to start everything from scratch here. So see, if we say load, and to me, it's like we're so far along in technology, the save file itself can't be that complicated, but that says there's enough of a difference between how Sony did the save file for 4 and 5 that they couldn't figure a way to import it, because, so much of the time it's like, oh, you can import your account. Part of me thought we were far enough along that shouldn't have been too complicated, but apparently it is. So here we are going to skip the tutorial to learn the core mechanics. We don't really need to.
In 2108,
so
humanity
we don't need to watch that again, because that's also part of the other stuff. So for sake of trying to save time to get going on the action again, we'll at least bypass that. Now we will have to... Okay, this is also cutscene, so we can skip that. Now we may still have to do the mission where we rescue Freeman, but at least that's a lot less than slogging through the tutorial and watching those all over again. So Junior Mason's gonna be all mopey now.
But our sitrep has changed. Head to the bridge as soon as possible.
Why didn't you stop me from playing the wrong platform, Rihanna? So I don't know. I mean, everything looks pretty crystal clean, shiny, and whatever here. So I don't notice anything change. I guess if anything, what I'm really hoping is maybe the texture. We'll find out on the mechs that hopefully these textures are a little bit higher resolution, but beyond that, I don't have much that I would expect to need to look better. I know I've remarked about the floor panels being all shiny metallic, which, if they're already doing that on the PS4, I'm sure they'll be fine here. Hopefully just, less anti-aliasing issues and stuff like that. I mean, it's built on the Unreal 5 engine, right? So we should expect, infinite draw distance to what extent they programmed it on the platform. I think there's a little bit more clarity. Again, I don't know how much you guys would be able to tell without doing a comparison, but I do think it looks a little bit more clear. Yeah, I'm playing on 1080p, even if it does do up to 4K. I don't have a 4K television,
really
so.
Had a chance to speak since your father was killed. I'm not much for sentimentality, but I worked with your father for a long time. He was a good man. Hell, he sacrificed his life to save ours. I don't know what's going to happen next, but whatever it is, I'd like to be part of it. I'd like to stay on as your ops commander. That is, if you'll have me.
You kidding me? Your family, Rihanna. Or as close as I have now. Besides, I'm gonna need you.
Yes, I suspect you will. About Isitrep, it's not great news. Those bastards that came after us are in the process of setting up a blockade of the system, which means we're going to be trapped here with a tightening noose around our necks unless we do something about it.
Who are these guys?
Another mercenary outfit by the looks of it. I don't know more than that at the moment.
And these coordinates they were looking for?
Not a clue, but we're going to find out. First things first, we need transport out of the system. That means a jump ship. I sent out a transmission right after the attack through the HPG. The message was for a long-time client of your father's and an old friend of mine. Name is Spears. He has powerful connections. I'm hoping he can help us out. Until I hear back from him, there's nothing we can do except lay low. In the meantime, Fahad wants to see you down in the hangar. The Centurion needs repairs and he wants to discuss them with you. I'll let you know when I hear back from Spears.
Copy that.
I don't know if they may have juiced up some of these animations on the holotable a little bit. But ain't no technical update that can fix bad acting. Man, his voice is so flat. And then again, the reason I was moving a bit to see if her face moved, and which it does, but again, their eyes are just like so dead. He'd be the same way. He'll look to a certain angle, but man, the eyes themselves are just one thing. They're so uncanny valley.
Hey, mate. Figured you'd want an update on the Centurion. Took a bloody beating back there, so fair warning. It's gonna be a while before she's operational again.
Oh,
Means
no.
you're gonna have to get comfortable with the light mech over in Bay 1 for now. She's a good girl. Won't let you down, you treat her right.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, heard that before.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, you know the drill. Access the repair terminal here. Once you're done, I'll get started on the work, okay?
Okay, so yeah, I don't need any of this. This is all blah, blah, blah. We covered that. Actually, I'd prefer to leave this thing extra crispy, because again, I'm going to complain about this thing all day long. This thing sucks. They make it sound like it's a good idea. And of course, they make me pay extra because we're not in a industrial hub. And what did I do? Did I change the name, or did I... Oh, I just switched it to camo, but I didn't switch the... rotate... Oh, it's not giving me the painting option yet. Or is it? Is it up here? Paint mech, there it is. Oh, what would I call it? The Knuckle Dragger as the mech name. I keep the original one so I know which classification it is, because otherwise I wouldn't remember. Just remembering what I typed in previously, of course. Alright, and then we did the camo, but I just don't remember if I changed the colors, so we'll at least... Storm Surge is crazy. It's not the Tiger. Woodland. Check that out. We can get twice the trophies. They're like ridiculous. Chase the trophies on one version of the game and then chase it on the other. Alright, we'll deal with the rest of that later. Looks pretty clean. Alright, did you dial up Adam Jensen yet?
Hey, Commander. I've received a transmission from Spears in response to my request for help. Take a listen.
Rihanna, I received your message. I'm sorry to hear about Nikolai. He was a good man, and an even better pilot. He'll be sorely missed. I assume his son will be taking over the operation. Nikolai was always bragging about the boy's skills. Well, I hope he was right. I've begun working on a plan to get you safe passage out of the system, but it's going to take a little time. I expect you already know by now that whoever attacked you has set up a blockade to prevent your escape. It's a large system, though, so we can use that to our advantage. As soon as you receive this, I want you to proceed to the outermost planet in the system. It's little more than a hunk of ice with a few leftover mining operations on it. There's an abandoned power station there. Now, I've got it on good authority that local raiders are using it as a secret cache for their ill-gotten goods. I know you can use supplies and materials for your repairs, and I expect you'll find what you need at that location. I've attached the exact coordinates to this message. Once I have a proper plan in place, I'll contact you again. For now, be safe.
All right, time to suit up, Commander. I've already input the coordinates. All I need is for you to sign off and get us there.
Understood.
So I didn't notice on the other version, so again, might be my lack of paying attention, but Spears had all those little green dots on them, and I'm also noticing that there's like a very faint amount of particles that are elevating all the way up past Rihanna's head. I don't know if they're visible on, you know, lower resolution here, but I'd have to actually bother comparing the PS4 version to see if there's any kind of little digital juice that they added to this, but it's nice touches anyway. I just never noticed it before, if it was there, so hopefully it wasn't my lack of observation as much as it just not being there. Okay, let's do a save here. Ah. Okay, remember that. We are on episode 4. And, oh, you know what? God, I don't want spaces in there. Just for being compact. Alright, so yeah, we'll probably pick the same stuff once we get the ability to change whatever that is, the crew name and the logo, etc. Okay. So, transmissions. So, smash and grab. So, and also the other thing I need to start doing is I need to pay attention at least these forced campaigns, or the scripted ones is always the word I use for it. Random stuff doesn't matter, but that way, in case anybody's looking something up on YouTube, I'm like, oh, hey, where's somebody playing the scripted one? Yeah, I've not done a very good job of that in the past. Alright, so we now have a contract. It's going to tell us how to do all this, which is not necessarily all that legible on small screen, but yeah, smash and grab starter for starters here. So tonnage limit 30, that means we can only roll out with the javelin. And I think I would do, oh, we only got one, so let's start with payout. And an extra 250,000. Oh, look, the javelin. Color me shocked. Again, I'll be really impressed if they fix the loading animation. But we ain't flying yet. So if anything, I think the reflection is almost more accurate. How are the textures looking here? I think the textures look better. I'll have to maybe look a little closer at the external ones, because that's where they looked a little muddy, but at least in the cockpit it looks a little better. Oh, here we go.
That javelin your pilot.
Shut it. We'll talk to you in a second. Alright, so I was kind of always overheating here, so I think I switched these to be one and the other, and then I think we'll go Boxer on 4, because it's usually like the last one. I don't want to click on the thumbstick. Also, options here. Gotta get this part right, because I always want it to default to... So it's not the control mode that I want changed, it's the default to cockpit camera. We're going for the full immersive experience.
Commander, but what it lacks in firepower and armor, it makes up in speed and mobility. I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go.
Nope.
For this particular mission, though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Lies.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying.
You don't speak for me, bro. Stomping around.
These raiders is derelict, Commander, but you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time of it.
Got it. Thanks.
That's a bit far for auto assisting.
Heads up, Commander. I'm detecting enemy units up ahead. Could be a raider patrol.
Copy.
Oh, he fired at me. I was like, wondering why I was seeing 3.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, like I never noticed that those things had engine flares on behind them before. Yes, don't like these mechs 'cause they're so bouncy. Too much spring in the step.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Motion sickness remedies not included.
There's a large chunk of ice blocking the path down to the generator. Use your jump jets to get over it.
Don't break a leg.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Just playing the exact same thing, but feeling like it's somehow slightly cleaner, more distinct. I mean, it should be, but I just don't know how to describe how the brain actually processes that. I mean, I know so many people talk about frame rates, and it's like, my eyeball can't really tell the difference unless there's actual frame dropping and stuff. Ooh, that's a little melted. Must not be water. Lower freezing point.
Okay, there's the geothermal power plant up ahead. There's a number of storage buildings in and around the plant itself. I suspect that's where they're storing their loot.
The
Time to
loot.
smash and grab, Commander. Once you locate a storage crate, mark it for pickup, then move on to the next building. From my initial scans of the site, I've marked where I think the crates could be located. Look there first.
Roger that.
Alright, so that is the primary, right? Okay.
Commander, it appears the derelict plant has a network of backup generators running. Destroy them if you can.
Well, that, no, the generators are the optional part. Okay.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Gotta be doing something about this heating.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, so I think there's only one salvage down here. That turret looks inoperable. Seems like I might be taking the long way here. That was sloppy. Just going for the icon, not the actual object.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure. Good work, Commander. That's the last of their power generators.
Warpigs is stopping in. How have you been, friend?
Okay, got it. Keep looking.
Welcome to Big Stompy Robots Edition. Well, there's the other one.
Alright, that should do it.
All right.
Go ahead and meet me at the exfiltration
Oh,
point.
exfil. That's
If
right.
you see anything worth blowing up on your way out, say a weapons depot or something, I want up next.
Depot.
Understood.
I was gonna say everything's worth blowing up. So Warpigs, how's progress on Super Robot Wars? Pretty good. Having to dodge spoilers because there are a lot of characters not in the trailer. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, really? So they like, is there? So in other words, are you saying for yourself, or are you just talking about not giving away others that are in there?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Have they been announcing any updates that you have to keep away from? I don't know what kind of support those get. Obviously, since I haven't played them.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Both. Okay. Yes. How many hours you got on it so far?
Target destroyed.
Oh, that is the optional thing. I walked right by that. So where's this thing at that I'm supposed to destroy here? She was not being very specific. Too many. Oh, and it's still not even halfway yet, huh?
Target acquired.
Well, hey, you can't complain when there's enough money for your, or enough game for your money's worth.
Target destroyed.
Can't go past that extra threshold without DLC costs. I want 1,000 hours worth of video game. Alright, there we go. This is the one I had to go wreck. So I guess, obviously, I don't care about spoilers, but have you encountered, is there any more Code Geass characters than were shown in the initial trailer? 'Cause I kind of figured, I mean, I know that they still have nothing else to work with beyond the last iteration. What was it? Lelouch, the Resurrection, which would have been the third part. But I thought there was hint that there were some of the older variations in there. Ugh, this one sucks with just medium lasers. Where's the easy stuff? Just walk through all of it. Some missions require more prep and strategy that you want to rip your hair out. Okay. So, kind of like quite variable. In other words, no consistency and like slow increasing difficulty as much as some others are like cakewalks. Come on, get through there.
Nicely done,
There we go.
Commander. That should teach them a lesson. Now get to the exfil point, and I'll pick you up.
That'll cost me repairs. The Code Geass story is just the newer anime so far. Oh. So... I mean, it does make sense that if a company's going to tie something in, they want to draw attention to the most recent iteration available. I'm seeing so much, tie-in stuff come out now with all these online games. Kaiju number 8's got its own game. I think I may have even seen a Shangri-La Frontier one. So the cash grabs are annoying, but if they'd actually made a solid standalone game for any of these, it's like I'd be more tempted, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Gotta have them gotchas.
Though I doubt he'll admit it.
Okay. So we're back to being green without the tutorial this time. Going from green to unknown. Yeah. And you don't even want to give me a decent laser. Okay, I guess I'll take some scrub level. I'll take level 1 machine gun, though. Okay. Continue. Oh, yeah. So if they actually made a VR Shangri-La game, that'd be crazy. You know, if it were technically accurate, it'd be unplayable, though, because in the anime, it's like they give no indication of how you play it without using your hands. Like, kind of technical gymnastics they got going on that you could actually control your character probably just like on your eyes, using your eyes alone. Alright, so we got an extra 50,000 out of that. And I guess, okay, so we can start repairs, right? So let's get this started. How much is this going to cost? That's not too bad. 40,000 we can handle. Alright, of course it throws us down here. What is it now, clown boy?
Hey, boss mate, that was quite the haul you brought back. Gonna make the repairs a bit easier now. But don't go getting stars in your eyes or nothing. I'm overworked as it is, and this shit needs a lot of loving, eh? So your Centurion is still gonna take plenty of time to fix.
Take your time.
But
Take
yeah,
the next
like I
50
said,
space years
nice
if you need
job
to.
on there. Your old man will be proud. Now, if there's nothing else, gonna get back at it, all right? Lot of work to do. Story of my life.
Yes. Wine, wine, wine some more. Yeah, so if I didn't know any better, yeah, I'd say some of those... Yeah, I think they're finally using higher res textures now. Stuff doesn't look quite so muddy. I mean, I don't remember paying attention to, again, I mean, actually seeing the cables and stuff. I don't know if I didn't look close enough. Same thing with the grit on the floor. I just may not have noticed. But not clear, the reflections are way better. Light bloom is more noticeable, I guess, at least, if it wasn't already there. Who shot out my ride? He said, Warpig says, you British. You know, I'm trying to think, what was I playing the other day? Or something came across as a little bit more Australian. I don't know if it's Fahad or somebody else. Shoot, oh well, pretty much all of Pacific Rim Black takes place in Australia. Maybe that's what I was confusing it with.
Good work with those raiders, Commander. While you were planetside, I got word from Spears about the plan he's put in place for us. Take a listen.
Rihanna, Commander, good news.
What's that, Adam
I
Jensen?
can get you safely past the blockade with the aid of a local mining company. To make everything work, I'm gonna have to find you guys
This
a
guy ate a
recycled
horse.
mercenary identification number. A new identity, essentially. Nyx Cavaliers, for all intents and purposes, no longer exists. I'll match that number to a new name of your choosing once the time comes. So, think about what you want to call yourselves. While I arrange that, you're gonna have to do a little work for the mining company in exchange for their cooperation. If things go well, they've agreed to hire you to transport some precious cargo out of the system aboard an inbound jump ship. Using the new mercenary ID and with a legitimate contract in hand, you should have no problem slipping through the blockade. I've attached the particulars to this message. I'll be in touch once you've completed the mission. Good luck.
Oh,
I
goody.
already reviewed the information Spears sent. The mission is a straight-up protect and defend op. Seems these raiders have been harassing the mining company, among others. Stealing from them, extorting them, killing innocent civilians when their demands weren't met. I've uploaded the pertinent details into the mission briefing, so I won't repeat them here. You're good to launch anytime, Commander.
Roger that. I'll see you on the other side.
So dull. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. I was gonna make fun of Spears or something. Cactus might have more detail. I don't know. Projection's working pretty good. His face textures are still bad, but everything else, the rifle and armor, looks decent. How come I can't sit down here? Alright, let's get a save going here. Okay, now can we pick our outfit? And by outfit, I mean mercenary outfit, not our outfit that we can't see. Okay, what can we do now? View transmissions, so... Imminent threat. Okay, so we cannot change stuff yet? Doesn't look like it. So I already did the news in the first couple episodes, not a whole lot to see here yet. It says 2 pages, though. Oh, there it goes, so... all this stuff... Okay. Alright, what am I missing here? I guess we're going to take this one. Get these repeats out of the way. So, smash and grab. Now we're doing imminent threat. Is he going to tell me that the Centurion's finished? Because I thought we had to do the Centurion for one of these. Keep taking the cash.
Heads up, Commander. Where the conditions in the
Nope,
area
still
will
using this one.
restrict visibility.
I vaguely recalled, I thought this even looked like it was in more shadow. I don't remember seeing the backdrop as clearly now. Man, I'm gonna have like a mental breakdown trying to remember what was real and what I didn't notice before. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wait till the knuckle dragger is ready to go. Yeah, definitely the interior design's got to look better. Again, the pilot outfit may be still a little bit behind, but yeah, some of those textures have definitely improved just by resolution alone, I think.
Okay, Commander.
Oh, that's right.
We know very little about these raiders' overall strength or sheer numbers.
Gonna go wreck their stuff.
Look out for enemy units on your approach to that settlement.
Copy that.
Like, whoever this guy is, the guy for the voice chain, or the voice acting, they probably waited to, you know, got some 13-year-old waiting for his voice to change, and then be like, hey, we want you to read this. You've got no interaction in the real world, just pretend you're reading stuff. Okay, so we gotta take them out before they destroy it. I couldn't tell by the drop in the health.
On my way.
That was bad.
Please help us. The raiders are attacking our settlement. There are women and children here.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Rihanna, something's interfering with my sensors.
And my targeting, apparently.
The raiders have set up some sort of jamming device nearby. I'll see if I can locate it.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
There we go.
Target destroyed.
Next. Of course, it starts shooting the other thing in the distance. Where did I learn how to shoot?
Target destroyed.
Kaboom. Alright, where are we at? Tanks on the hill.
Target acquired.
Stew!
Target destroyed.
Where'd you go?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
One seems to get stuck on a rock, so I'll deal with these first. If I can keep my legs walking in the same direction.
Target acquired.
Quit picking on civvies.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, this guy finally rolls out. Don't you be hiding. There we go.
Target destroyed.
One more.
Target
That one.
acquired.
Swing and a miss.
Nice work. These civilians are safe for the moment.
For the
Unfortunately,
moment.
it appears the raiders aren't done causing trouble just yet. They're headed for the company's main processing facility on the other side of the mountain. You need to get there and thwart that attack, Commander.
Understood.
As much as I hate to say it, it would be the one case where an AI voice would be preferred. I mean, I hate to hate on the actor, but I'd say it's not even. It may not even be the actor's fault as much as it might be just the. Hey, Jimmy the intern, we need you to take on the role of the main character here.
Brianna, my sensors are getting worse.
The jamming device the raiders set up is at the top of this pass, Commander. You're going to have to manage as best you can until you're able to take it out.
Target acquired.
Don't tell me to manage.
Target destroyed.
Okay, we'll just step on it, I guess.
Target acquired.
Come on. Sounds need to hit this thing.
Okay. With that jamming device eliminated, your sensors should have cleared up.
Yeah, much better.
Your onboard radar should also be operational now. You'll be able to detect enemies at a significant distance. Just in time, too.
Yeah, it's just in time for me to jump off the cliff because you keep wanting to take me out the long way there. Break some legs. It's a long way down. Nice scenic view. Yeah, I'd say the draw distance probably looks a little better too.
Roger that. You made it.
You'd think the free upgrade that could have handled that, but no, you gotta actually have the physical disc in the PS5 version.
It's all we have.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Okay, I'll just keep stepping on it. I guess that works.
Target destroyed.
Enemy VTOLs inbound on your position, Commander.
You don't say.
That Eagle is a piece of heavy machinery with tons of firepower. If left unchecked, it will do a lot of damage.
Oh, it's been checked.
You should prioritize taking it out over the smaller
I checked it
enemies.
and then I wrecked it.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ooh, doing a little sloppy shooting there. Oh, legs are back off
Target destroyed.
centered, whatever.
Acquired.
Good work, Commander.
There we go.
That should make the mining company happy. Prepare for exfil. I'm on my way.
And fade to black. We are now no longer green. We are now orange. But technically are orange and unknown. 450, give me some lasers. What's a laser? You didn't give me one. Well, guess I'll take the next most expensive things. Try to act like an economist for once. Alright, speak to Rihanna.
Commander, it turns out the bastards who attacked us and who have set up the blockade are a mercenary outfit
Black
by the name
Inferno.
of Black Inferno. Unfortunately, that's about all we know at the moment. Spears and I will try to dig up more information if we can. The time will come when we can extract some proper vengeance. But right now, we have more pressing concerns.
What's this button do?
Inferno forces are closing in on our location. That means we only have a small window in which to fulfill our obligations to the mining company and haul ass out of here. The company wants us to take down the raiders for good by destroying their base of operations. Once that's done, They'll arrange passage for us aboard the inbound jump ship. I've detailed the mission briefing, and it's waiting for your sign-off. You're free to launch whenever you're ready, Commander.
Roger that.
Roger that. Sleepy Commander, sleepy. Roger that. Alright. New save. Okay, can we change our stuff yet? Doesn't look like it. Okay, Centurion is ready. Fantastic. Takedown. So this is the one where we had to use the Centurion since it's available. Contracts. So now we'll go a little extra salvage. Not going to give us much. I don't want to waste on that versus cash. Oh, let's get repairs started on that. Would be a good idea, right? Deploy. Can I deploy with no mech? Take them all out on foot with a Bowie knife. Alright. I think we're as good as we're gonna get here. Yeah, hopefully we can knock out all the repeat stuff on this episode. Hopefully we can get back into new territory by next time.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure.
Yeah, those console textures definitely cleaner. I think it was worth the upgrade. Oh yeah, I don't even remember the grit that was on the base plate there before.
These raiders we're taking down are murderers and thieves, Commander. Don't...
Alright. Sorry, Rihanna, you're not as important as changing weapon groups in a new mech. Okay, so... laser primary, ballistic secondary, missiles tertiary, and... how do you say 4? Quadrinary? I'm already good at making up words, why not?
show them any mercy.
Target acquired.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Oh, terrible line. Of course, we
Exactly.
couldn't help but experience that again.
Enemy contacts up ahead, Commander. They must have detected us on the way in.
And now we walk. Oh, yeah, oh my god. Yeah, so they must have had, there must have been haze or something, because now the draw distance is just crazy, which now is more on par with an Unreal 5 engine game. Now again, this is probably built on 4. This may be more optimized or something now. Still some missiles. Oh, too close. Too close for missiles.
Target acquired.
Not too close for those missiles. Oh, that's crazy. My controller is blinking red as I'm getting shot at. That's different. The only other time I've noticed anything crazy with the PS5 is when you change characters in Shadow Tactics. The color of the LED would match the character you're using. Now it's more noticeable now on the PS5 because the light on the PS4 controllers was on the end of it away from the player in case you needed to know which player was using it. Now it's like actually the lights that you can see on the top pad.
Keep an eye out above you.
Okay, anything of interest? Oh look, it's Igor. Igor gonna fall on my head.
Target destroyed.
Beer, boom. You are now shrapnel. Or scrap, I guess to be more accurate. Shrapnel would be. Never mind. You know what I meant.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
This section's a little annoying because I gotta go all the way down here, then turn around, and then go back down there again.
All enemies and raise it to the ground, Commander.
Copy that.
Oh, they're above me.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
I'll get back here. That never gets old.
Target acquired. Incoming missile.
Ooh, shooting an EMP at me.
Target destroyed.
Step on you.
Target acquired. Incoming missile. Target destroyed.
That one's done.
Target acquired.
Still another one. I suppose I'll step on all you guys if I can.
Ground forces have been eliminated.
Air forces, not so much.
Destroying that base, Commander.
Well, I'm getting shot at from above.
Target acquired.
Got it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, two of them out here. A Centurion sandwich, eh?
Target destroyed.
That,
Target acquired.
the LEDs were, I think, blinking orange. I don't know if that's because it's taking a hit or for them walking through all that. Can't tell what the difference was. Oh, there's still something else over here.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I'll just walk through these. What could go wrong?
Excellent work, Commander. Now get to the extraction zone.
Roger that.
I mean, before or after I have to fight the spider? Ah, she does make me walk all the way out of this horseshoe thing.
Target acquired.
Alright, I do not want stupid flies shooting at me from behind.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Denied. Oh, blue sun poking through the clouds.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Alright, spider, come on out to play. Never mention I hate this mech.
Fast approaching your position. Very fast. When you see it, get a sensor lock on the target.
Oh, good, you can get here fast, close the gap. Saves me the walking.
Training, Commander. Enemies will have a harder time hitting you if you keep your mech moving. I advise
Thank you for the reminder of Halo 1 rules.
ranges.
New
Looks like these raiders somehow got their hands on the spider mech. It's fast but lightly armored. Avoid letting it get you.
I'm not too concerned about that. It's not gonna last long.
Nicely done.
Boom!
Get to the extraction point, and I'll pick you up.
Don't you yell at me.
Target acquired.
Where's my auto assist?
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
There's feedback on the triggers now. What the? Unless there's something sticking to my controller here. No, they've got some kind of resistance programming to these because there's the controller update. Not sure how I'd feel about that. I don't need anything to make the controller go bad quicker. Yeah, well, I'm not playing. It's perfectly fine. There's actually resistance that they added to it. I don't know if it was because I was shooting or walking or something else. Alright, so we got 6 points and it still didn't give us anything. Yeah. Well, I may need the machine guns. I'll take those. I'll take the expensive stuff. So I took it out, but I couldn't collect it. Now what, Grease Monkey?
Hey there, Gov. I hear we finally got a name for these bastards who've been chasing us down. Black Bloody Inferno, eh? Well, that's a load of bollocks, isn't it? You know what a Black Inferno is? It's bloody smoke, mate. All right then, nice chat. Gonna get back to work now.
Waste our time with such drivel. And the pointless walking back and forth. It's not like you're walking past anything relevant or we gotta press any buttons or anything. It's just like, oh, go over here, go over here. That's it.
Hi, Commander. Thanks to your efforts, the mining company have kept their word and booked us transport on a jump ship. Spears has also obtained a new mercenary ID number. So, all we need to do now is choose a new name for our Merc outfits, and we're good to go. I'll leave that up to you. Once you've registered the new name, come back and see me.
Will do.
Well, how about I stay here and I can still see you in the process? Oh, that's right. Gotta go inside to do it. Never mind. The one time they make you go into the captain's quarters. That's it. Alright, so I guess I'll save after the fact. Alright, so we did this one. And do this. Hey, good, it remembered. Look at that. I didn't have to type it. What? No, get that out of here. Done. There we go. Okay, problem solved.
Okay, Commander. Everything is set for our departure. The transport contract with the mining company is a false flag Spears and I set up with their cooperation. The mining company has legally hired us to transport cargo for them. But in reality, there is no cargo. Just a destination and some very convincing paperwork.
So, where are we headed?
We've been asked by Spears to help him out of a jam. I think we owe him.
I agree. What's he need us to do?
Spears works for Interstellar Expeditions, one of the largest archaeological collectives in the Inner Sphere. They do archaeological digs and conduct research into abandoned Star League-era facilities in the pursuit of lost technology from before the Succession Wars. One of the expedition's dig sites has come under attack. A rogue mercenary group is intent on pillaging a Star League supply depot that IE uncovered on Brookland Prime. We're going in to
Internet
help
Explorer?
protect the site. Spears will provide more detailed information on what exactly we're facing once we arrive. For now, I've uploaded the coordinates into the nav system. Before we can launch, you need to sign off on the op and get us to the system.
Roger that.
All systems nominal. Oh, that's interesting. I never noticed that text up there before behind Rihanna over the door. Huh. Again, I don't know if that was there or not. Okay. Save. Alright, so if we at least get out of this system, we'll be okay. Alright, last man standing, huh? Alright. I'll probably maybe wrap after this, and hopefully after this we get out of here. That looks pretty good. Inside texture's not as much. Probably a little out of focus too, intentionally. That didn't skip. We'll have to see if this one does. Well, at least it loaded quicker, though, even if it didn't have as much time to observe. I think the planet detail looks a little cleaner. Alright, so we actually did finally leave the system, so... let me get repairs started here. I should have done... Can I not repair it yet? Oh, shoot. There. Yeah, still got some bugs in it. They haven't found those bugs yet. How they keep... like, how am I the only one that runs across that? Nobody's brought it up to find some of these things where you go to activate the repairs, and it's like... that seemed like that'd be common enough, given how much we've had it happen here. I think somebody would report that. Alright, so favorability is obviously good there. I know when we did this just a couple episodes ago, I was looking at the target icon there. It's kind of got the Atlas one. I don't remember that back in the day, but then again, that was a couple years ago, so I don't know if that was new or not. Okay, let's get... let's go shares and cash. And ready. Wait 12 days.
Attention. Prepare for battle next departure.
Oh, I am prepared.
Hangar doors open. Stand clear.
Okay, this is the repeat.
I'm picking up one friendly just ahead of your current position.
He's about to die.
Identified enemy units engaging.
Copy that.
Mayday! Mayday!
His name's Ally Pilot.
Suffered critical damage, and I'm under assault by Raider forces. Please, I need backup.
Kaboom!
Don't worry, I'll drive these raiders back. Keep out of sight and hunker down.
Well, he's dead.
Could have saved him.
Shake it off, Commander. The dig site still needs defending.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Wow, the console's actually making a ton of noise either from the disc or just processing more. Wow, that's weird. The rock... Nope, that is an opening. For a second there, I thought the rocks weren't loading. It's not like we've never played a game before in which the levels didn't load, like Tomb Raider. Yeah, those consoles making weird noises. Better hit that after all that trouble. There we go. There we go. These missiles just take forever to get there. So if I then change the lock, then it doesn't retain. I guess that's probably in part why I'm not crazy about missiles. Like, it's kind of like a noob tool, since it gets your lock on and then it still takes forever to get there. And not to say that some missiles aren't better than others, but if I'm already effective with lasers and ballistics, why change?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Or I guess in this case, if a vision is obscured, that kind of works, but...
It's a hell of a lot easier clearing these bastards out with some help, Commander. Spears send you?
Yeah, said you guys needed some reinforcements.
That's an understatement. My entire lance was wiped out.
Must have
They came
sucked.
down on us like a ton of bricks, out of nowhere. Wave after wave. Been holding them off as best I can, but I don't think I could have held out much longer.
Well, we're here now, and we've got your back.
We? Who's this we stuff?
That. Seriously. Can't tell you how good it is to see some friendly faces.
We still need
Just
to
wait till you
protect
see the
this
bill.
site.
Copy that, but they'll be coming back soon enough. Like I said, they attack in waves, and they haven't shown any signs of letting up.
I saw
When
some
we turn
defensive
on-
turrets. Those should help.
Yeah, I set them up when they started digging.
Is that this one or the other one?
Up on the hill. It cycled off after the third or fourth wave hit us.
It's probably
still
the
up
other
at
one.
moment. You want to try cycling it back on? I'll watch your six.
Sure thing.
It's the other one.
Hostile contacts. Inbound.
Looks like a mix of airborne and enemy armor, Commander.
Target acquired.
Yeah, it seems like the console's still struggling to keep up with some of the processing on this, I guess. It's making a lot of noise.
Target destroyed.
Alright, let's get to the turrets. Get to the turrets.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, there we go.
Turrets are now online and active, Commander.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, got it. I couldn't. Thought it was on the other side of a rock or something. I just pulled the trigger anyway.
Push them back.
Quit your wailing.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Perhaps if you contributed a little bit there, Weasel.
Target acquired.
Nice shooting. There's a repair bay we can use. First, you need to cycle on the second turret generator.
Okay, I'm on it.
Multiple hostiles converging on your location, Commander. I'm picking up 10, 12 bogies this time.
Show me the
I told you,
icon.
these guys never quit.
They're about to.
Stay on them.
Almost back and forth in a slow mech.
Target acquired.
Keep up the pressure.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target
Yeah, it's,
destroyed.
you can't manually remove the lock until they actually get on target.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, do I go for the... Well, I might as well go for the repairs now.
I will avenge my lance mates.
Sure you will. Walk in the vault.
System offline.
Open up to this side now.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Let's take these bastards down.
Perhaps if you had that same intensity before your Lance got killed, you may have actually been useful.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Big tough guy, not some of the Centurions here.
Target destroyed.
I'm gonna step on you. Well, I guess I won't step on you.
Target acquired.
Inside range. Oh, we got more coming in.
I swear, these Star League ruins bring nothing but trouble.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Oh, overhead.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, trying to sneak up on me, eh?
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
For all we know, we're all just fighting over some random forgotten city collapsed hundreds of years ago in the early succession wars.
Target acquired.
Enemy dropship approaching, Commander. Looks like they're bringing in the heavy guns.
Circle of ATV claim to this site. It's ours. There's no shame in admitting defeat, my friend. Leave now, and we'll spare your lives. You've been warned. Fight us and die.
Son of a
All the
bitch.
words.
They're fielding 2 medium mechs.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Let's go get 'em.
Such bad idioms.
Even in the unlikely event that they do find a data core, I'll put C-bills down that it's either destroyed, corrupted, or heavily encrypted.
Maybe all three.
Target assassin.
Who's first? Griffin? No, we'll go assassin first. Sandwiched here. Get down here. Yo, you wanna help out with this 2v1 man? It's been sitting in the backyard. Dummy. Yep, trigger resistance against it because of the heat. Why the heat? There we go.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Incoming missile.
Yeah, it's the heat. Or maybe. Maybe not. I can't tell here. Yeah, I think if the heat's under yellow, you don't get trigger resistance. Yeah, now we run in circles. Unless I'm getting low on ammo. Oh, he took my arm off. I get from punching him. Ah, circle stuff is so stupid. And overheating. Uh-oh, I do not want to lose this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's from the overheating. He's on fire. Do not. Oh. Sheesh. So much for saving money on the repairs.
Merc is already on its way to secure the site. Hang tight for now. I'm coming to pick you up.
Copy that.
Hey, Commander. Just wanted to say thanks for the rescue. Things were getting pretty grim before you showed up. I lost some good friends today. Good pilots. I don't think I could have held out much longer myself if you hadn't dropped in. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we were able to help. Just wish we'd gotten here sooner.
Me too.
You know, we could always use another pilot. One with your skills, he'd come in awful handy.
As a meat shield.
After today, hell, it'd be an honor to serve with you, Commander.
Then consider it done. Welcome aboard.
With your ability to drive a mech and not kill anything whatsoever, I always throw you out on the front line. And now we're unknown, and we are less unknown and more unfamiliar. So we at least got his mech out of the deal. And still nothing here. Junk Town. Take the stuff to sell. $125 in damage, huh? Okay, I think we're just gonna... I guess we'll talk to her, but... Well, actually, you know what? I'll save it before we talk to her. Save that for next time. Okay. Oh, what? Look, so there is only one guy, but he moved positions. He was over here before. Because I was remarking last time, I thought there was two guys. And it's just interesting that now at least they've changed position on them, so maybe there was two and they decided to save on resources or something. We're now Brooklyn. Okay. We'll do all the repairs and all that kind of stuff next time. Good old stack of C-bills. Alright, well, it's good to be back in action, but it gets a little daunting, a little repetitive, especially since we just did that a few weeks ago, so we'll get into some more exciting stuff with new mechs and things. But yeah, so as far as I know, things are kind of getting more into the groove, so we should still be up for Tactical Tuesday and Throwback Thursday. I don't know if when and if I'll get back onto some Ninja Gaiden or Elder Scrolls yet, because I'm not going to go too crazy here on the streaming, especially if I got other stuff I can work on. But that'll do it for tonight. Appreciate War Pigs hanging out with us for bits. And anybody who's been lurking in the shadows. So hit the follows and subscribes if you haven't already. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.